Welcome, we're back. We are going to do adjusting the padding or adjust the padding of an element, a FreeCodeCamp basic CSS lesson. So let's get started into the description and then we'll go into the solution. All right, so we're just going to jump to exactly what they want us to do and then we'll learn about it. Change the padding of the blue box to match that of the red box. Okay? So this blue box and this red box, they look different. The blue box is smaller, okay? And so we want to match the padding from the blue box to the red box. Okay, let's learn more and read the description here. Now let's put our cat photo app away for a while. Yeah, no more cat photo. And we're going to learn about styling HTML. You may have already noticed this, but all HTML elements are essentially little rectangles. Even the the circles. Remember we used the padding to turn a square into a circle? It was still basically a rectangle. Three important properties control the space that surrounds each HTML element. We have padding, we have border, and we have margin. Padding, border, and margin. An element's padding controls the amount of space between the element's content and the border. Here we can see that the blue box and the red box are nested within the yellow box. Note that the red box has more padding than the blue box. When you increase the blue box padding, it will increase the distance, aka padding, between the text and the border around it. Okay, so if that sounded kind of Greek to you, that's no problem. We're all learning here. So let's point out a few things in the HTML and then we'll solve this here. So what is an HTML element? Well, in most cases, it is an opening tag and a closing tag and then everything in between. So here, this div, it's the yellow box. We have the opening tag. And then down here, we have the closing tag. And so this is an element. And inside this element, we have another element. We have this H5, opening, closing, and this is the content. So I could just call this red box, and then call this blue box, and I just updated the names up there. All right, so we want to change the padding of the blue box to match. All right, so let's find we're moving into the solution. Let's find the styling for the red box. It's right here. And if we read this, it's got the background color of crimson. It's because they're nice enough not to do that harsh red color. Let's go back to crimson. The color is referring to the text color, the font color. And then lastly, we have the padding, and it says it's 20 pixels is the padding. All right. And then the blue box we see down here only has 10 pixels. So if we want the padding to match, we'll say this should be 20. Okay, very good. This is the solution. And we got it. So that was interesting, but let's dive into some more discussion on this. In case you're curious, if not, just move on to the next lesson and keep your momentum up. But if you're curious, stick around. So what happens? So we understand that padding is like the space between the content, which in this case is just text. It's text that says blue box, and basically the area around it, between that and the border. So everything that's blue essentially represents padding. And so what happens if there is no text content? What if there's nothing in here? Will we still see a blue box? What's going to happen to the box? Let's find out by getting rid of the text, so it's an empty element. Well, it looks like it still has some size to it. And let me see here if the box class. Nope, it looks like however this is built, this still has some size to it. And so, but we can probably illustrate this better. It's probably just padding pushing up against padding, honestly. Because if I get rid of the padding, there we go. The box disappears. All right, so a better way to explain padding, at least in this sloppy example I'm giving, is that even if the element's empty, it's still building like this 20 pixel pad all around the emptiness. And so the more stuff we add in here, we can say, let's add line 1, and then here I'm going to do something kind of fancy that you don't need to know about yet. I'm going to add a line break. I'm going to say line 2, and line 3, and so on. And if you notice, however much I'm adding to this, it keeps up that padding around the content. All right. So, and then what happens if we remove the padding? Well, we're just going to see the box squish up against the text. So let's remove the padding. There we go. The box squished up against the text. There's some other stuff going on that's making it the full width here, right? But as far as the padding here goes, it's all squished up there. So we were just messing around here, kind of exploring padding. It's helpful on your own to sort of click around and just sort of discover how things work. And if you try something and it surprises you, that's a good sign that you're learning. So do stuff like that. And that's all I have for this lesson. I hope you found value in it, and I will see you for the next one. Goodbye.